just riding the wave, baby. You just a little loco, emotions like a yo-yo, but I love you that way. There's something about a crazy love.
Jesse?
Yes, sir.
Are we on the internet now on video? Is that what's happening?
Interweb?
Rumor has it
Oh, God.
that right now at Wilde and Tausch on Twitter, the show is live video streaming. TV stars,
You nervous,
folks.
old boy?
So there's this theory, and this applies to all of your favorite reality shows that you like to watch. The Bachelor, I know you're big on that. Below Deck.
Below Deck. I'm not a. What are you talking about? I don't like The Bachelor at all.
I was being facetious.
Oh,
and
but I do like Below Deck, so that's why I didn't know if you were.
Survivor. I started with the one that was a lie, and then I was going to tell two truths.
Oh, 3 truths and a lie.
You like Survivor, and you like the Kardashians.
I do not like the Kardashians.
Oh, okay, sorry. There's this theory that inserting a camera into any situation changes people's behavior.
I think initially, yes. I think the tricky part is some of the conversations you have off air about things that you probably shouldn't discuss on air. That's the part. And I think the scary part is you'll forget. And that's what the great reality stars. Kardashian is the greatest reality star of all time. Is that a fair assessment? I think financially for sure. But you got Snooki, and you got that whole MTV crew.
Oh, man. The
Those
Jersey
cats,
Shore.
The
Is
reasons
that what we are
that
of radio?
they're as successful as they are is because they don't care.
Yeah,
They'll do
I
and
care.
say things that are insane, and that's what drives people, and people love that.
Well, I'm not even sure, where am I supposed to be looking all the time? Am I supposed to...
Just be you.
That's difficult enough without a video camera, I could tell you that. All right, so if you're listening on the radio or if you're listening via the stream on the ESPN app, ESPNWisconsin.com, Wisconsin On Demand, you can also now watch.
I'm shocked Jesse pulled this off.
This is a soft launch.
I'm shocked Jesse pulled this off. Got to be honest. Also, Jesse didn't pull this off. Jesse had about 5 other people.
Everybody understands that Jesse probably didn't do it.
Also, Jesse, just out of curiosity before we continue our actual programming, if a dog barks, I've got this button that prevents it from going onto the radio. I don't know if I'll be able to limit any barking on the video stream. Are we prepared for that?
We're prepared for everything. We're used to hearing sounds coming from your end of things here.
True.
So just because we got a little TV action doesn't mean it wouldn't be the case. Over almost 200 people already tuning in watching us, folks. How
This is what we're
about that?
doing. This is who we are.
Oh,
Big
boy.
day.
Oh, God.
Well, I would have showered had I known that was going to happen. All right, so Tausch asked a question as we went to break, and I think it's a really good one, but I think it's a really hard question to answer. And that question, Tausch, was, is this going to wind up being one of the greatest mistakes in Wisconsin sports history?
We can all look back and say there's a couple of moves that I think Wisconsin sports fans would say, why the heck did we
Trading
do that?
Ray Allen.
Trading Ray Allen, trading Kareem, that was obviously forced. Is this
John Hadel.
forced? Yeah, but we don't really remember. John Hadel, nobody's bringing that up. Tony Mandrich being picked ahead of Dion and Barry Sanders and Derek Thomas. Jay Sternberger going ahead of somebody. I don't remember.
Terry McLaurin.
Who it was. There's always going to be second guesses. But when you have – there's seminal moments that change the entire complexion of a fan base. Favre getting traded wasn't it. It was Favre going out and playing in that. Was it the Steelers game, his first game where he threw the tutter, or was it
Cincinnati Bengals.
Cincinnati
his
Bengals.
First start was against Pittsburgh.
And that excitement. Obviously, Rodgers playing in Dallas and taking over. That's another one. This is for all of us. And I remember watching the Jets when Favre left. I was over at Doc McKenzie's house, and he had kids that were middle-aged, like high school kids. And we were watching, and they were all I don't know any different. I don't have it. This is the first time, and we were playing on a Monday night. So Sunday afternoon, we were watching. We watched some of the Jets. I think they played Miami because I remember that. I don't remember what I did yesterday, but I can remember that the Jets played Miami. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob. But that's where we're at. Today is going to be, from a Wisconsin sports fan standpoint, this is one of those where you're going to remember how, again, if it plays out today, and Jason thinks it's going to get drug out. I do not. I think it's going to be, he's going to be the Jets quarterback. The details will get worked out. But this is the end, and I said yes, the Rodgers Zoic era. It is the end. And it's bitter. For me, I'm sad by it. Talking with the guys on Wisconsin Morning News, everybody's ready. So are you sure? Are we all ready? Because it feels like we want to be ready, but I don't know if everybody is actually just doing that to kind of quell any anxiety that you're having about this, because I guarantee you there's a lot of anxiety at 1265 about this. But they're doing it, and they know they're putting their bottoms on the line in doing this. This is one of those seminal moments that had Rodgers stunk and the Vikings won the Super Bowl, we'd be looking back at what the hell was Ted Thompson doing? It's not how it played out. We will if it plays out that way for Brian Gutekunst.
So I did mention that theory to a friend of mine who is a longtime Packers fan and NFL employee, and he did say that at least Rodgers did turn out to be great, right?
And the odds of that were not great.
Right, I understand, but because I'm the one who's been making this argument. In fact, I told him exactly what you just said, that we're a Brett Favre interception and a Deshaun Jackson punt return away from the Vikings potentially winning a Super Bowl in 2009 and the Packers not even making the playoffs
Jesse
in
going
10.
up to Minnesota to celebrate.
No doubt. And he said, well, the difference potentially is Rodgers turned out to be great. Like, even if they miss the playoffs, even if you guys never win a Super Bowl during the Rodgers era, he absorbs a ton of criticism, obviously, right? But he still turns out to be a great player. Whereas we don't know what's going to happen with Jordan. We don't have a crystal ball on him. And the odds of it being another great quarterback in the lineage of Favre, Rodgers, Love, just the likelihood of that. Nothing against Jordan. It could be any quarterback. Drew Lock, Deshaun Kaiser, Danny Etling, whoever it is that came next. The odds are against it. But your question was whether we'll look back on this as one of the greatest mistakes in Wisconsin sports history.
Yeah, from a sports fan standpoint. And I think because public sentiment is where it is, remember, public sentiment can change very quickly.
Absolutely.
Very quickly. And it's not, judging it today, everybody's going to say, nope, it's time.
Correct.
Vast majority. I do want to bookmark this and remember, because March 15th it's not going to be Pearl Harbor, obviously. But it is going to be a day. Can you say day of infamy and not think of Pearl Harbor?
I mean, that is the phrase that is associated with that. But in Packers infamy, if you want to insert that, I'll allow it.
Okay. It is going to be, because you are ending an era. And it's not Aaron's wheels fell off like I wanted or like you wanted. Some would say that we're wrong. It's because you chose to do that. That's bold. And you have to be bold. But it didn't always turn out beautiful.
I feel like infamy is kind of directly tied to Pearl Harbor. Like, anytime you go
yeah, but
with
the
word
infamy.
infamy.
They don't own the word infamy.
No, they do. Like,
You think
No,
Pearl
they
Harbor
don't.
owns the
a
word
day that
infamy.
will live in infamy.
You can't use infamy
Yeah.
in anything but Pearl Harbor.
I think
All right,
it is pretty much solely tied to that. Yep.
I don't think Jesse's right about that. I want to discuss this further, though, because I had a little trouble sleeping last night.
Rodgers, you have a little Rodgers.
I'm going to miss him
Anxiety?
so much. No, but it was one of those things where I woke up at 2:42, And usually I am really good at falling back to sleep. Like, it's not that hard for me. But for whatever reason last night, I could not get back to sleep. It was after 5 when I fell back to sleep. And during that time, eventually I picked up my iPad, and I saw my guy, Steve Diddy, who does a podcast in the UK, tweeting. And I replied to him with some of my thoughts that I want to now use on the show. So at least it was productive.
Hey, yeah. It's about time.
Well, I was awake.
About time you're doing a little prep at, 4 in the morning?
I was around 3-ish, 3:11, I think, when I looked at the clock. I will share that because it ties right into your question. After you tell us about Day of the Badger, which is right around the corner.
It is. Day of the Badger is a celebration of all things UW. It's academic achievements, alumni accomplishments, Badger pride. It is coming up soon. 1,848 minutes, which, again, I don't know if that's a full day or not. I haven't gotten full confirmation. But it is starting Tuesday, March 28th, and it goes until March 29th at 5 p.m. That's 1,848 minutes. That is a nod to the year the university was founded. Jason, you and I both proud alumni of the University of Wisconsin. We have our causes. You obviously have the Tom Mulhern Award and that scholarship. The walk-on scholarship has been impacted my life greatly, being a walk-on and earning a scholarship and being able to do a lot of cool stuff. If the University of Wisconsin has touched you in any way, go to dayofthebadger.org. That's dayofthebadger.org. And thanks to available matching gifts, contributions during the Day of the Badger 2023 are going to go twice as far. You put 100 in, boop, this match goes to 200. Again, go to dayofthebadger.org. And if you're on social media, hashtag that bad boy up at Day of the Badger. Again, that's going to be March 28th through March 29th.
So it says right there that it's March 28th through 29th, and yet you're not sure if it's a full day?
No, but if it starts at like March 28th, it's not a full day because you start at like 11 a.m. and then you go to 5 that next day.
Right, so 11 a.m. to 11 a.m. plus to 5 p.m.
So 1848 divided by 60 is 30.8, which means 30 4/5, which would be 30 hours and 48 minutes is your Day of the Badger.
So if it starts at 10:12, which is what it says here, and it goes till 5 p.m., it's more than a day. So I'm going to start saying more than a Day of the Badger because it is actually more than a day because it's 1,848 minutes.
Day of the Badger Plus, like all these streaming services call themselves.
Or is it just
this is Wilde and Tausch Plus.
Is it dog years where it's like just the Day of the Badger is just longer than the Day of the human?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to forget to say more than a day.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
I'm not either. It's Day of the Badger.
Day of the Badger.
Day of the Badger.
March 28th.
Jesse turned into a Badger last night because his Bradley Bulls suck so bad.
They're the Braves, and I was cheering.
They weren't very brave last night. They got bulldozed over. Am I right?
As much as I could talk NIT basketball all day, and I did watch the game, which I enjoyed, Stephen Crowell was terrific. We need to get back to Aaron Rodgers and my 3 a.m. conversation on Twitter with Steve Diddy. We'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
How easy is it to use the UW Credit Union mobile app? We've compared it to other everyday tasks,